Hello there guys, welcome back to another monthly favorites video. Here with me, very bad eyeliner Captain Destes here. I put on some eyeliner for a video earlier today and it just kind of smeared everywhere, so here we are. Apparently I'm very bad at putting on makeup, who knew? So this is actually going to be the final monthly favorites recap of December of 2022. Thank fucking Christ, the 2022 is over. I actually made a 2022 in review video as well today, and I'll probably be posting that after this video because I'm actually going to edit that and stuff. So yeah, look forward to that. But as we usually do with these monthly favorites videos, let's get into the things that actually made me happy in December of 2022, because there really wasn't that many things that made me happy this month. I'm gonna be honest, having COVID kind of ruined it for me for most of it, but yeah, let's get into it, guys. All right, so the starting with movies, the first movie that I wanted to highlight was A Million Ways to Die in the West. Absolutely one of, if not my favorite comedy movie ever. Seth MacFarlane can do no wrong. That man could fucking shit on me and I would probably thank him for it. Really super underrated movie. We watched it on the Discord for the movie nights, and I think a lot of you guys really enjoyed it. So yeah, just wanted to highlight this one because fuck off. It's just so good. Next up, I also watched the movie Hot Rod, which is another of my favorite comedy movies. One of my friends came over, had never seen Hot Rod. I'm like, yo, we're watching this shit immediately because goddamn. It's just honestly like the pinnacle of like 2007 humor. It just gets me, man. I can't even describe, dude. If you haven't seen Hot Rod, holy shit, go watch it. Moving on, we also watched Goon in the month of December on Discord Movie Nights, and I... I actually, this one is so personal for me if people don't watch Goon. Like, anytime I have a new friend, I'm like, yo, you haven't seen Goon? Well, guess what? We're watching fucking Goon. So, I sort of did, I made it personal with my Discord as well. Any person that wasn't in the Discord movie night watching this movie, I actually gave a role to on the Discord that put an icon of shit next to their name. That's how serious I was. And I kept it for a couple days, because all of y'all are shitheads and you were in the doghouse for not watching this movie. Because goddamn, it's just really good. Do yourself a favor if you haven't seen it, because I probably won't play it on Discord Movie Night for another month. Little bit. We'll give it probably a year. But yeah, fucking go watch it. Honestly, it's terrific. Moving on, I also watched Monkey Bone with Brendan Fraser this month. And this is such a fucking fever dream of a movie. But if you're a fan of Brendan Fraser, which hopefully a lot of you guys are, it is one of my favorite Brendan Fraser movies. And honestly, there are so many, though. Like, I don't even know that I could say one of my favorite Brendan Fraser movies and have that even mean anything significant, because he's just great in almost everything. Even George of the fucking Jungle is great, man. I don't give a shit. But this movie is just an absolute fever dream. I mean, look, from the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Does that mean Tim Burton directed this? I actually didn't even know if he did direct this. Did he direct this? I'm not seeing it. Oh, wait. Produced by Chris Columbus. Directed by Sam Haminema. Well, whoever fucking directed it, congrats, man, because this shit is insane. It's really great. It honestly does give a lot of like Tim Burton-y vibes to it. There's a lot of terrific fucking makeup. And guys, it was one of Giancarlo Esposito's first movies, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. One of his first movies as he played the devil, which is it is honestly super great movie. And speaking of Brendan Fraser, also watched the movie Bedazzled, which is another of my favorite of his movies. I see this movie at least once a year. It's just hits every funny bone in my body. Is there more than one funny bone? I don't know, but it hits all of them, bruh. And so I watched this with one of my friends that came over, and it's always just a pleasure to watch this movie. So moving on to TV shows, I wanted to highlight Sex, Love, and Goop by Gwyneth Paltrow. And I'm only halfway joking about this. Like, I actually did watch this once on Twitch. Well, I didn't actually play the video on Twitch because I don't want to get banned. But we watched one episode on Twitch, and then the rest of the episodes I watched on my Discord movie night with you guys, as I was trying to write a What the Fuck News that would be a deep dive into Gwyneth Paltrow's new documentary, Sex, Love, and Goop. The thing about this show, though, is A, there's not a lot of Gwyneth Paltrow, thank God, but also B, it turned out to be way more fucking educational than I want to admit, than I care to admit. Not only was it educational to me, it was educational to my fucking friends and to another one of my fucking friends, and it's honestly like listen, I'm like a sex positive person. There's a reason that Adam and Eve was one of my sponsors for so long, was that like, yeah, like I don't think there should be any shame in talking about sex, because just it's fucking sex, guys. Like honestly, unless you live in like a Jehovah Witness household, like even in that case, you know, it's just fucking sex. It needs to be talked about. It's a healthy fucking thing. So this show does take a lot of the stigma out of sex and talks about things in an educational and very interesting and important point of view. So as much as I hate to defend this show, I am defending it a little bit. It's actually kind of educational. So just gonna say that. Moving on to other TV shows that I watched this month, though, I actually finished Peaky Blinders season 6. I would actually say that season 5 was probably my favorite season. Season 6 was a little bit fucking slow for sure. But as far as I gather, they're making a movie to summarize the events of what happens after season 6. Not going to spoil anything other than to say, you know, it is still a fantastic show. If I were to compare it to, you know, like other of my favorite shows like Game of Thrones and fucking, I mean, I guess the first 5 seasons of The Walking Dead, the first 7 seasons of Dexter, you know, I don't honestly think it compares to those. If I was to give all the shows I just mentioned like a 9 plus, I think Peaky Blinders sits at like an 8.5, somewhere around there. So still really great, and obviously good enough to inspire Wheezy, Tay, and I to dress up as the Peaky Blinders for a photo shoot that we just did a couple days ago. So this is how this turned out. I think we look pretty dang swaggy. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Give me a confidence boost right now. Thank you. So moving on to more TV shows I watched, and by we I mean me and my alter ego, Stanley. Me and Stanley watched a series of unfortunate events. Again, I think I watch this once a year, probably. This show, even though it is kind of geared towards kids, like the audience, the demographic is definitely like 14-year-olds. I loved this series as a book series when I was a kid, and I'm always a fan of Neil Patrick Harris. He's fucking great. So him playing a kind of devious Count Olaf ass motherfucker, it's just a fun show. And I've seen it so many times that it's one of those shows where I can fall asleep to it. So it was like a comfort show for sure. But yeah, series of unfortunate events. Also been falling asleep for a month plus to Forensic Files. So basically I worked backwards. I think there's like 20 plus seasons or something, and I was at season 20. I've now worked back to season 4 is what I'm falling asleep to right now. So yeah, I don't really know that it's great to fall asleep to murder mystery stuff, but hey, it's calming apparently to my brain. Also watched the show Lie to Me again. This is a show I think that came out in like 2011 or something like that. It had 3 seasons, and it's a show where the premise is almost cooler than what happens in the show. So basically, like, the first episode really sets up like this really cool kind of science of like, oh, this dude studies people's faces, and there's a science behind if people are lying or telling the truth. And some of the shit was actually scientifically accurate and interesting in the first episode. And then you find as you watch this show later on, it just gets less and less about the actual science and more about, like, I don't know, character dynamics and stuff. And that's fine. But as someone who, as I said, falls asleep to Forensic Files, I actually find the science interesting. So I wish that they would have kind of focused more on that. But as a show, it's still, you know, it's still good. It's still a comfort show of mine, which is why I watch it. But yeah. So, moving on to music, I actually wanted to highlight that I, for some reason, just started listening to Joy Division. This was a band that, like, everyone, I always see, like, shirts of Joy Division, of this thing right here. And I for the longest time always assumed that Joy Division was like metal music, so I just was like, oh, I don't want to listen to it. And then I think I was listening to New Order Radio, and Joy Division came on, and I was like, oh, this isn't metal. This is actually cool. That makes it sound like I fucking hate metal. I don't hate metal. It's just that it's not my shit. It's not my cup of tea. But like, yeah, I started listening to a lot of Joy Division this or I guess last month, and definitely this song Disorder was my favorite of the ones that I found. So yeah, Joy Division, let's go. Also, I was at a hockey game this last month, and this song came on, which is called Rhythm is a Dancer by Snap. And dude, I listened to like so many 90s like pop songs. I don't know how I never heard this song. It, Ooh! It's like such the embodiment of the 90s. I don't know how I never listened to this, but I like heard it at a hockey game and I was like, oh my god, I need this song now. So yeah, those are the only two music things that I wanted to highlight in December. Honestly, like I said, because I had COVID, a lot of me exploring Portland and listening to music and shit like just did not happen. So moving on to games. Now these, I definitely played a lot of games. So moving on to games, I did play some Black Ops 2 Zombies with my boy Tay, which we streamed a couple times in the month of December. And I always have a blast playing this game. I don't think I'll ever get bored of it. It's like, for me, it's like Diablo 3, where like there's just a special place in my heart for zombies and Diablo 3, where it's like, it is, I will be 80 years old and still playing these fucking games. Like, and people will tell me, hey, Dester, you know that there's like better zombies games and that there's now Diablo 85 is out. And I'm like, no, fuck that shit. I'm playing the old school ones. Like that's this for me. So I played zombies. I also played through pretty much all of Final Fantasy 12, which is my favorite Final Fantasy, and it's not because of Fran and her fucking poppin' ass, okay? It's not because of Fran. If anything, guys, it's because of Balthier, who's this guy right here. Fucking Balthier is the hottest motherfucker. Like, you know how Obi-Wan talks in Star Wars? I was like, hello, my name is Obi-Wan. I'm not even doing his. I sound like fucking Stewie. My name is Obi-Wan. You know how he's like kind of suave though, and he's like, hello, Anakin, don't go over there. You were supposed to be the chosen one, Anakin. Like he's like very sensual with the way he speaks. That's how Balthier speaks the whole game, and I'm just like, oh. And the story of Final Fantasy 12 is fantastic. And the reason that I said I played almost all of it was because I got stuck at this fucking level near the end of the game that is so challenging, and I just got way too pissed to continue. So I literally just gave up. I was like, all right, I know how this ends, so fuck it. And I just stopped playing it. That's right, I'm a bitch. So yeah, Final Fantasy 12 though, still my absolute favorite Final Fantasy game. I also just yesterday, finished playing Grand Theft Auto 5, the story. Again, this is a game I think I play yearly. Although the last time I think I played Grand Theft Auto 5 was 2019, like the end of 2019. But yeah, I try to usually play through Grand Theft Auto 5 at least once a year. So this was my yearly playthrough. Hell yeah. And finally, moving on to my favorite YouTube video / favorite YouTube content. And that was this month, oddly enough, just a lot of POV, wink, wink, POV hockey content. I don't know why, okay? But honestly, I think what it is that like it gets me excited to actually do this, because like for a long time I've been wanting to do like a beer league type hockey stuff where I'm actually playing, but the reason that I haven't is because like I'm so afraid of getting hit or hit in the face with a puck or just pushed into the fucking, the boards or the glass. And if I can be a dick for a second, it's like my face is sort of my moneymaker. Like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, genetics. But like, I have to look good to be on YouTube. As good as I can, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, I don't have high confidence at all, but I'm just saying, like, if I have a fucking chipped tooth or a cleft eye because of hockey injury, like, it's all over for me, bro. So, like, I've been scared for a long time to actually play hockey, but after watching a lot of POV hockey content, it looks like it's not as, like, physical as it is in actual hockey. And so I feel like I'd actually do pretty well if I just got a little bit better at skating and all that shit. So hopefully 2023 is a year where I actually start getting more into team sport hockey stuff. So that's kind of why I've been watching this a lot. Let's see. Finally, moving on to my favorite thing of December of 2022. Man, oh man. Because I had COVID in December, I want to say at least 2 weeks was spent just on my bed eating junk food, which is also, by the way, why I don't have a favorite food of December, is because I just ate junk food the whole fucking December. And so, yeah, I just spent a shitload of time just right there, right on my bed, just curled up, being extra fucking fatigued and not having any taste buds, which was really weird. But other than playing games, which was pretty cool, we did the Peaky Blinder photo shoot, which was it was nice to get out of the house, because we did that after I had COVID, like pretty much the day I started testing positive, or sorry, testing negative. We did the cosplay photo shoot, and I also went to a rave in December, and that's actually where I got COVID. So despite getting COVID from the rave, it was still really fun. I actually met a lot of people that like recognized me and stuff, and there were some of the people that met me and stuff that were just absolutely tripping on drugs. And like, I don't go to raves for drugs. I've never done any hard drugs myself, but like, just watching people do them is so wacky. Like, there was a person that was talking to me, and like, that they just kept like moving their mouth like they had the driest mouth you've ever fucking seen in your life. And yeah, I don't know, it was a fun experience. I only go there usually to dance, so did that. Have been playing DDR more often, watched some movies with my boy Tay. And yeah, honestly, December was kind of slow. I mean, I didn't even post a fucking video in December because of that. Oh, I did do a lot of editing in December, though. That was one thing. I did a lot of editing, and I did a lot of writing in December. So it's not like I did nothing. It's just that I kind of felt like underutilized, and that just makes me honestly more energized to do stuff in this month. So here I am filming this video. I just filmed a video downstairs that is going to be out really, really soon. So if you guys are seeing this, A, you're an absolute champ for watching this 17-minute in video, and B, look forward to that other video that's coming out soon. So anyways, that's it, guys. That's it for the final monthly favorites video of 2022. Good fucking riddance. I am so happy that 2022 has ended. It was the year of absolute torrential downpour of tears for me, and I am so fucking glad that it's gone, and I cannot wait to see what 2023 has in store for me when it comes to hopefully, potentially good, happy emotions and not being miserable or sad. That would be great. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good 2022 as well. Make sure to leave your monthly favorites in the comments of this video or on the monthly favorites channel on my Discord. Either one. That said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will continue to do these videos going into the next year. Hopefully you guys like them. And yeah, that said, everyone, have a good January. I love you all, and fair winds.